Hi, I'm Chris Stiles, and this is my wife Janice, and we met 54 years ago. Our parents both had cottages on a lake in northern Michigan, and I was with my cousin up there, and we had to return a item to their home, and that's where I met her.
They pulled up in this really cool blue dune buggy, and that was kind of it for me. And I told my girlfriends, oh, he's old, and they're like, no, he's just really quiet. And so we dated for 4 years and got married, and like Chris said, been married for over 50 years now.
Hi, we're the Smiths. I'm Josh, and this is my wife, Tori. And we met in 2008 at a Christmas party that my roommate and I were throwing, and she was a friend of one of his friends, so I'd never met her.
Yeah. And then shortly after that, we went to the Cardinals game when they were in the NFC Championship game going to the Super Bowl. We went to that as friends, but we were walking out and I just had this weird feeling. I was like, I think I'm going to marry him. And we got engaged 9 months after that and got married 9 months after that. And it's cool looking back at our story because I wasn't a Christian back then, but I can still see God's providential hand in bringing us together, and that's always really sweet to me to be able to think about that.
Amen.
Yep.
I'm Caleb.
I'm Kendall.
And we're Taylors. We've been married, or how long have we been married now?
8 years.
Been married for 8 years. We met at Paradise Valley Community College, taking a bio lab together. I knew I wanted to sit next to her because she was wearing a pencil skirt, and I knew she was serious.
And I thought he was super cute and decided not to look at him.
Yep, still doesn't look at me.
Hi, we're the Zagotas. I'm Mike, and this is my wife, Tammy. We've been married for 33 years. We have 3 children and 4 grandchildren. We actually met each other when we were in college in our early 20s, and we had gone on a couple of dates. And why don't you tell them what you said after our second date?
I said to him, this is never going to work unless we go to church together.
And I said, where are we going tomorrow?
Yep.
I love you, honey.
I love you. Happy Valentine's Day.
Happy Valentine's Day.
I'm Ninos.
I'm Yvonne, Michelle.
We've been married this April 13 years, and how we met was...
Well, he reached out to me on Facebook. My best friend growing up was his second cousin, so she kind of was the introduction with that, and started off with him reaching out to me on Facebook, and then I was like, okay, we need to just talk on the phone, so we started talking, and a couple of months later, we got married.
Yeah, that was 2012, and literally we were talking for about a month, and we got married. And it's been magical ever since.
Hi, we're Peter and Pam Schiller, and I just wanted to let you know how we met. We grew up in the Chicagoland area and ended up going to the same college. So in our junior year, our paths crossed, and we were down in the student center, and we each had our own separate group of friends, but all ended up sitting at the same table. And that first night that I met him, I really didn't meet him. We just were at other ends of the tables, and I heard this guy telling jokes. And after that, we just went our own ways. But the next night, we went to a dance, and we ended up connecting there, and we were talking, and then we danced, and we felt comfortable with each other.
And that's exactly how it happened. But later that week, I got a phone call. It was Pam. She said, I have tickets to see Queen with my roommate. There's a big snowstorm. Would you be so kind as to take us to the train depot and then pick us up after the concert when we come back on the train? And I agreed. So we did that. When I got back from dropping him off at the train station, reached in my pocket and I felt a piece of paper, and she had given me a note that thanked me very much for taking them to the train. She said she enjoyed our time together and that she'd like to continue seeing me. And this last September, we celebrated our 45th wedding anniversary.
My name is Craig Davidson. This is my wife, Irene. We've been married for 50 and a half years. We met at Bible school in 1971. Our first date was very romantic. We went to hear a speech by John Warwick Montgomery on the search for Noah's Ark, and we hang in there for 51 years later then.
And when I first met him, I had told my friends that I would never date him because he dressed in Hawaiian shirt and plaid bell-bottom pants that didn't match. We actually had a day at college where we did a Craig Davidson day, and everybody dressed non-matching for the day. And the professor almost had to leave the room when he came in.
Hey, we're the Dykeisens, and we met at a local church.
Yeah, Alex's mom was really fond of me and started inviting me over, and that's kind of where our friendship began.
And I decided I was pretty fond of her as well, and so we decided to get married at 19, and we have been married for the last 13 years.